Hello. I'm live or alive? Sorry, I am late. Hi, Pat. How are you? And Stevie. Um, so we're going to go back in person. And so do you think either one of you is going to come, Pat or Stevie? Do you think you're going to come in person to Yoga for Wellness on Lomita? The first class will be July 12th. So I'd love to know if you think you want to come to in person. There is also the option of doing it online. So we're going to do hybrid, which I've not done there before, but I know that they've tried it before. So it's doable and it's going to happen. So we're just going to be flexible and see how it goes. So let me know, Pat and Stevie, unless you're already sprawled out on your mat. Stevie, yeah. Aw, and then Stevie, we'll have our conversations before and after class like we used to, right? In the parking lot. It's crazy. That's only 4 weeks away. It'll be 9:30 to 10:45. So it's going to be the same time that I'm doing this. You know, this is Yoga for Wellness, which is what I taught at Torrance for 6 years. It was actually my first class I ever started teaching for them. So it is this class that I'm going to be teaching. Yet it will be hybrid. So it'll be recorded and live, which is going to be, I'm excited actually. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in that space. All right. So anything in particular, Stevie or Pat, that you would like to focus on today in your body or in the practice? Let me know. This looks like it needs to be a little bit up. And let me just check something. Okay. So let me know if there's anything in particular that you would like to focus on. And if not, I definitely want to do a lot with hips today and a lot of stretching the muscles that mobilize and stabilize the hips, which I know we could all use. So unless there's a certain body part, let me know. And if not, that's fine too. I'll do what I do. All right. So I'm going to go back to my space. I will not be able to see anything anymore. So let's practice yoga. In the book on yoga, the very first line is now is the time for yoga. And yoga being that present moment connection of mind and body, opportunity to tap into the healing zone, into the body's, setting the body up to find that homeostasis that it's always trying to maintain. So bringing yourself to the present moment. Because I have a bolster, I wanted to use a bolster today. And I know that not everybody does have a bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, you'll use a blanket. And if you use a blanket, you will fold or roll up your blanket. And that's what you're going to put your body on. So I do this a lot at home here when I do the home classes, because most people have a towel or a blanket to have access to. And that's what you're going to put your body on. And then for those of you that have a bolster, why not use it if you have one? So let me show you how to set that up. Your strap and your block, you're going to use those later today in the practice. So put those off to the side. And for those that have a bolster, let's do a elevated bolster. So put your block underneath, either all the way flat or flip it up to the next level, really depending on what's going on with your shoulders, what's going on with you in terms of how quickly can you bring your mental energy down to come onto the ground, or do you need to do it in stages? So put your bolster there. We're going to support the most bony aspect of our torso, so right around the shoulder girdle area here, head above. You may want to support your head with a blanket or not. So filling in the gaps of what you need for your body, and then bring yourself down. So either fold your blanket or use your bolster, and bring yourself down onto your prop. So blanket by the head if you need it. And then bring yourself into this position. So the beginning of the practice is to come to the present moment, to bring your awareness to here and now. So once you get into your position, bring yourself with bent knees at first. So bend your knees at first so you could let your spine take this shape on that you're putting it in. And keep your eyes closed. Let your hands go alongside your body and find where is the best position for your hands at the side. Then if you'd like to extend your legs, let your legs go long if that works for you. And if it does any pulling on the low back, then keep the knees bent. And if you do let your legs go long, let your feet flop to the side. So really allowing that relaxation to come into the hip joint. And then your arms to the side, if that feels appropriate for you. The higher up you bring the arms, the more stretch there will be on the chest and the shoulders. So for some of you, that may be okay. For some, that may not. So do what's appropriate for your body. Closing your eyes, feeling your way into what feels the best. And then your mouth is closed. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. So let's keep our mind occupied with the body, stimulating the part of the brain that is related to body parts. So the sensory cortical brain, bringing yourself away from the back of the brain, the place that we are stimulating often with fear and scarcity, bringing yourself to present moment and heightening your sensory awareness. Let your mouth be closed, wiggle your jaw back and forth side to side. Let it relax and then let your lips gently touch. Let the tongue relax in the lower jaw and let the jaw relax. Bring your awareness to your nostrils as you follow the breath in your body. Breathing down to your left foot. Let your breath come in your body all the way down to your left foot. Follow that pathway with your mind. In the nostrils, all the way down to the left foot. Bring your awareness to your left toes, to the tips of every toe. Let your awareness be on the top of the left foot. And then to your left sole. Let your awareness go to your left ankle. Your left shin. your left calf, to your left knee. Breathing to your left knee. Your left hamstring. Left quad, top of the thigh. Into your left hip joint. Bringing your awareness down to the right foot, to the toes, breathing to them all. The top of the right foot, your right sole. Your right ankle. Breathe to your right ankle. Your right shin. Your right calf. And breathe to your right knee. Breathe to the right upper thigh, the front of the thigh, and then the back of the thigh. And then breathe to the right hip joint. Breathing down both of the legs all the way down to the feet. Feel the heaviness of your legs. Bring your awareness to your buttocks. Feel the pressure of your body relaxing towards the ground. Feel the connection of the base of the spine, the sacrum pressing into the ground. Breathing down to your sacrum. And then breathe to your lower belly. Feel the belly rise and fall with breath. Breathing to your lower back. Feel the breath coming in and direct it towards your lower back. Breathing to the middle back. Feel your back moving towards the prop that you're on, the bolster, the blanket. Breathing to the middle back. And breathing into your upper back. And feel the breath pushing backwards to the upper back. Breathing to your left shoulder. Breathing to your left upper arm. Breathe to your left elbow. And to your left forearm. And to your left wrist. And breathe to your left hand, to the palm. To the back of the left hand. To your left fingers. Breathe to your entire left arm. Bringing your awareness to your right shoulder. Breathe to your right shoulder. To the right upper arm. To the right elbow. To your right forearm. to the right wrist. And to the back of the right hand. Right palm. And the right fingers. Breathe to the entire right arm. Bring your awareness to your neck. Breathe to the front of the neck. Feel it expand. Breathe to the sides of your neck. Feel it expand. Breathe to the back of the neck. Feel it lengthen. Breathing to your jaw. Let it relax. Breathing to your cheeks. Let your cheeks relax. Bring your awareness to your eyes. Let your eyes soften and relax as you breathe to your eyes. Breathing to the space between your eyebrows, center of your mind. Feel it relax. Allowing your head to relax with each breath. Feel the heaviness of your head on your bolster or blanket. Bringing your breath to your heart. Breathing to your heart, feeling that expansion and contraction.
Bring your awareness to your lower ribs. Breathe to your lower ribs. Feel them expand and contract. Feel the movement of your diaphragm moving down as you breathe in. Back to center as you breathe out. Now expanding your breath. Breathe to your whole body. Feel your whole body expand on the inhale. And feel it gently contract and relax on the exhale. Finishing your last couple of breaths. Feel the relaxation on the exhale. Letting the breath go back to your body. Let your body breathe itself. Let your awareness go around your body, feeling and noticing how your body feels. And if there are any particular parts of your body that you have issues with, let your awareness go there and notice, what is the sensation of pain or discomfort in the area that you have issues? And then if you do have an area that has issues that you're working on repairing, bring the breath there as an opportunity to bring healing energy to that space. You could see it as light energy. It could be yellow, white. Or let your mind go to the space that you need repairing tears, repairing joint surfaces if you have arthritis, curvature of your spine, reducing inflammation if you have tendinitis. Let the breath come to that area. And bring your awareness to your fingers and your toes. So you gently bring movement into your body, beginning with fingers and toes, moving it up into ankles and wrists, into arms, into legs, coming into a bent knee position. Reaching your arms overhead if that feels okay for you. Stretching your belly, stretching the lower ribs away from the pelvis. Bring your hands onto your belly, breathing down to your hands. Let's take any tension out of the head or neck. Feet are wider than the body, knees fall in towards each other. Let the knees relax. This will relax your hip joint, relax the spine. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly let your head move in one direction. Inhaling back up to center and exhaling in the other direction. And inhaling back up to center. Move with breath. Exhale into the stretch, relaxing into it, and inhaling back up to neutral, to center. Move through one more in each direction. Bringing yourself back up to center. So gently allow your eyes to blink themselves open. And noticing, do you feel heaviness? Do you feel heaviness in terms of relaxation? Heaviness of your body? Heaviness of the eyelids? Bring yourself onto your side. Whether you go off your bolster or your prop or you stay up, it's up to you. So that was a pretty big somatic grounding breath practice. And hopefully you're feeling some major relaxation from that. Take your hand on the ground and push yourself up to a seated position.
So when we do a somatic awareness practice like that, in yoga, there's a practice called yoga nidra or nidra. There is a right way to say that. I'm not sure which one. I've been corrected, but I'm not sure. Nidra or nidra. And it's also known as sleep yoga, sleep yoga. What it is when you activate this prefrontal cortical brain, the homunculus, the sensory cortical brain, when you bring your awareness to a body part and breathe there, and you're firing up this many neurons in this part of your brain, you're actually moving the energy, brain energy forward and away from where we have that chronic limbic loop of fight, flight, and stress response. So it's so therapeutic for stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system. And if you're in that zone for at least 15 minutes, that's a true stimulation of parasympathetic nervous system. And when you stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, you allow this miraculous inner healing potential that exists in all of us to be activated, to go into wherever repair and healing needs to take place. Your body goes into a place of digestion, absorption, and assimilation, repairing, healing, restoring. So critical and so underutilized by us with our modern lifestyle. If you were feeling pretty relaxed, using this especially for sleep, for achieving that deep restorative healing aspect when we need it the most, which is at night in bed for sleep. So practicing on the mat, learning practices here that you could take off the mat for healing, really important. All right, let's move on. So clear your space, take your props off the side, and then let's take our blanket. Let's do a little bit here. I'm going to move my blanket away from the wall a little. Okay, my mat, I mean. All right, let's come onto all fours. And let's align our body and our joints. Now, depending on how you feel, I feel super, super relaxed right now. And even though I'm guiding you through that, maybe even more so because my mind is going to that body part and visualizing that body part wherever we went. So I feel super relaxed. So let's crawl around, keep your head lifted. This is going to deeply set most of the joints actually in the body are going to be deeply set when you crawl around. So either crawl around if you can, and for those with knee issues, you're crawling maybe forward and backwards on your blanket because you don't want to go off the blanket. So do whatever you can, but keep your head active and then really lift your head up so you strengthen the back, upper back and neck muscles for posture. This will even help with low back health, help with upper back and neck. And then bring yourself back up to center. So we're going to do a little seated warm up of the upper body. This is the ideal, would be to put the block between your ankles and sit on the block like this. That would be ideal, or this. So either one of those, or you could sit on your heels if your knees will let you. For those that have knee issues, if you have a bolster, try a bolster between your heels and your tushy, or try a bolster and a block so that you have less knee flexion. But choose something. And then if this doesn't work, sit in a chair or sit in a crisscross leg position so that we could do a little bit to warm up the upper body here in this position. So bring yourself into a nice spinally aligned position, chin parallel towards the ground. Let's start with the neck area. So you're gonna, on the inhale, you're gonna push the ear straight up towards the sky. And then bring yourself back up to center. And then push the other ear straight up towards the sky. And then back to center. Pushing the ear up. And then the other side. Only moving your neck and your head. And bring yourself back to center. Let your head rotate on the inhale. Only the head. Keep your shoulders forward. And then back to center. Inhale, back to center. You could close your eyes. If you close your eyes, let your awareness go into your neck. Notice what you notice there. Quite often there's a lot of crunchy sensations in the neck. There's a lot of potential adhesions or scar tissue. A lot of work for your body to manage holding your head upright all day long. Might not be such a smooth movement. And then bring yourself back to center. Teeth are together. Inhale. Exhale. Chin goes straight down towards the chest. Put your elbows underneath your shoulders. And then inhale, chin up to the sky. Chin to chest. Let the back neck lengthen when your chin goes to your chest. Teeth are together. Chin up towards the sky. Last movement is chin up towards the sky. And then bring yourself back to center. Take your hands out to the side, palms are up. Bring your hands onto your shoulders. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders. Try to be to the side of your shoulders and not in the front. So trying to push the arms back, really opening up the chest, being as broad across the chest as you can, trying to unbend the joint of the shoulder here. So let your hands go to the side. Push your arms back, lift your heart, exhale, then inhale, elbows up, exhale, elbows are down. Inhale up, exhale down. And notice what you notice at the back of your body, your shoulder blades. They're gliding up the back of the rib cage. So depending on what's going on in your shoulder joint, with your shoulder blades, with your spine and the shape of your upper spine and your posture and your spinal alignment, you may notice some things there. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Last one, inhale up. As you exhale down, let your chin come towards your chest. And then for the inhale, push your arms forward, your elbows forward. Let your throat start to lift up with your elbows on the inhale. When you get to the top of the inhale, start to bring the elbows out and wide, really stretch your chest and your shoulders. You're exhaling here, chin comes to chest. Close your eyes if you'd like. You inhale forward and up and open. And you exhale, chin to chest. So try to make this a really big movement so you feel this in your belly. You feel the low ribs moving away from the pelvis. You feel the belly stretching. You feel the neck stretching. You feel the shoulders, the chest. Make this as big as you can, really opening and stretching the upper body. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring your arms into this position. For some of you with shoulder issues, you may not be able to extend your arms all the way. So if that's the case, you could keep your elbows bent or make this a smaller movement. Inhale up and open. Let your gaze go up, really lift your heart, and then exhale down. Notice what hand migrates to the front when you do this, when you crisscross your forearms. And switch it. Let the other one go in front. It might take a couple of times to get that to happen. Go slow, probably feeling a little heat now in the shoulders, the upper back muscles, posture muscles. Reaching long and wide with your fingers. One more. And bring yourself back. Let everything settle. So even though these look like simple movements, you can make them pretty intense, using more muscles, more flexibility, more joint range of motion. So you determine what you'd like to do. Let's do lateral movement. So either letting the arm go up when you go to the side or letting the elbow if you need to do that for your shoulders. You inhale up and exhale out. Try to keep your arm alongside your body when you do this, stretching the lateral chain, the side body. Match the movement with breath. One more each side. And then bring yourself down and out of that. Shake your arms, shake your wrists. So while we're here, let's do weight bearing for the hip joint. So starting to stretch the hip, weight bearing. So come off your block if you're on one or whatever it was you were on. Sit on your blanket for a second and have your arms alongside your body. Take your legs off the mat and let's warm up the hip joint by moving the legs side to side. Try not to collapse your chest. So make sure you don't collapse your chest. Lift your chest. If the arms are towards each other, slide the shoulder blades towards the center of the spine to help support your upper back so you don't collapse. And as you go in, go slow here, stretching internal, external hip joint rotators, inner thigh muscles. And then bring yourself back to center. Bring the soles of the feet together in Baddha Konasana. So hopefully you're able to do this without rounding your spine. So holding on to the shin bones, lift your heart, straighten your spine. So if you are in a rounded position, if you're feeling tight in your body, try to lengthen your spine here. Push the soles of the feet together. Lift your heart. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. So we're going to come into a lunge position, which is a great way to stretch hip joints, but it's pretty deep. So let's see how this feels for you. Get your block handy. Let's take the left leg forward. So bring your left leg forward and bring your left leg pretty forward so that your foot is more forward than your knee. And have your block, so you may need your block here. So the setup for this is like this. The closer together your foot and your knee is, the more balance issue this is going to be. If you're feeling like balance is an issue, take your foot over to the side a little so that when you do come forward, you have this wider base. And then you could have the block here or use your hands on top of your thighs. So you decide what's appropriate for you. This is about moving around in the hip joint and then adding some weight bearing onto that. You need to move your pelvis forward. Ooh. So moving your pelvis forward what's going to stretch that back leg, what's going to load up that front leg, especially the glutes. So the front leg, if you push the heel into the floor when you come forward, you'll activate the back of your body to help support you. You're going to inhale to forward, lengthening that back leg, and then exhale up. Inhale forward and exhale back. Last one, you're going to inhale forward, come forward and stay there. Stay there. Get your block, bring your block forward. Hand is on the block and the hand is on your thighs. You're forward with your pelvis, so you feel that stretch in the back leg, the front of the back leg. And then push that front heel into the floor a lot. Draw that front hip into the socket and put your hand on top of your thigh. Take one more breath. And then bring your block a little farther forward. So you're bringing your block forward. Bring your hand forward onto your thigh, long spine, and then rotate over that front leg. So you could do it like this. This would be stage 1. Stage 2 would be to take your elbow on the outside of that front knee, bringing your hands together. Spine is long, rotating forward. And then if you want to strengthen that back knee, you could flip the toes under and take that back knee off the ground. So standing lunges, I think, are pretty strong postures for stretching and strengthening hips and other aspects. Push that front heel into the floor. Try to drop your pelvis as much as possible, not having the pelvis hanging up, but rather let the pelvis drop down. Take one more breath. And then bring your knee down softly. Bring yourself back to a neutral spine. Bring yourself all the way back. Come up into a kneeling position. Be a little wide here in your stance, and then wiggle in your pelvis. So a little wider stance, and then move your pelvis side to side and forward and backwards. And then turn this into a circle, kind of like hula hoop. And then in the other direction. So if you go really big here with your circle, you're going to feel a lot of muscle stretching in your pelvis. And then bring yourself back up to center. Let's go to the other side. I'll actually switch so I'm facing you. So bringing now the right leg forward. Pretty far forward. And choose to do the right range of motion for yourself here, because this can be really great for stretching hips, stretching low back, stretching the hip flexor muscles. But it can be really intense because it's weight bearing. So make sure you're choosing what's appropriate for you. So bring your block here or bring your hands up. Exhale. Then inhale, bring yourself forward. When you come forward, push that front heel into the floor. And then inhale. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Feel that back hip, that back leg, that back thigh stretch. And then one more, you're going to come forward and stay there. Come forward, stay there. When you're here, push that front heel into the floor. Draw that front hip into the socket. Really activate that front glute. Take your block forward. Hand on your thigh and lengthen your spine. Lower your pelvis. Lowering the pelvis is going to stretch a lot of the muscles of the hip joint, front leg and in the back leg. Take one more breath. So adding the rotation, your spine is long. You're going to rotate to look over that front leg, adding spinal rotation, or you're going to bring the elbow onto the outside of that front leg, hands together to push together to lengthen your spine and add that rotation. If you would like more for that back hip, you flip the leg under or the toes under and then lift up. Make sure you're not hanging up high. Be as low as you can in those hips. Pushing away from the floor with the front foot and the back foot. One more breath. And then lowering the knee, bringing yourself back to neutral spine, all the way out. wide stance, and then take some of that tension out of your hips. Long spine. Side to side, forward and back, and then circles. In one direction, and then in the other. And then bring yourself back to center. Okay. We're going to come down into the ground, so make sure you have your block handy, your strap handy. While we're here to do a little bit of balance and feet work for those that can, if you're able to bend your toes and balance here in this position like this, hands are together, try this. Pretty challenging, but for those whose knees bend, it's a good practice to have to maintain the balance communication in the feet. Feel a lot of that dancing happening in your feet. Push your hands together at your heart. Push your heart to your hands. That'll help. Take one more breath. And then we're going to come down to the ground. So the blanket's up at the top of the mat. We're going to stretch our hips on the ground and do some twisting. So really stretching this part of the body. And it should feel pretty yummy, actually. So let's come on to your buttocks. From here, coming all the way down. Bring yourself down onto the ground. Always feels so nice to come down onto the ground. Let your body settle here. Let everything settle. And then take your arms out to the side. Make sure that the blanket is supporting your head only, not the upper back. Arms are out to the side. And then taking your feet. So let the feet be almost mat distance. And slowly start to let your knees go side to side. Keep the soles of the feet on the mat. Feel this movement. Close your eyes. Feel where you feel stretching. Hip joint is rolling around side to side. Notice the back of your body, the weight distribution moving from right side to left side as the knees move, yet the buttocks are staying on the ground. And notice if you feel anything in the front, by your hip bones or up by your waist. And then begin to let the knees go a little farther, let the soles come off, let the head go the opposite direction of the knees. Take an inhale when you come into the position. As you exhale, contract your core gently, bring yourself back up to neutral. Go slow. Inhale, let your knees go the opposite direction. Soles of the feet are off the floor, head goes opposite of knees. Exhale, contract your core to come back up to center. One more each side. Go slow. Feel the stretch. Let the weight of the legs move. You're stretching your core, your obliques, your hips, your low back. And then bring yourself back to center. Take the feet all the way off the mat. So you're really wide here. You could have your feet slightly angled out. Exhale. As you inhale, let the legs go to the left, head to the right. Soles of the feet come off the ground. And then exhale, belly button hugs the spine or pushes back towards the spine, activating core to come back up to center. Inhale, legs to the right, head to the left. Eyes are closed. Exhale, back to center. Keep moving with breath. Let your legs go as far as they like and push your tushy towards the ground. So don't let this be that your tushy's rocking away from the ground too much. Really keep the buttocks touching the ground. Feel that pressure of movement from side to side.
Keeping this in the pelvis and the hips, not letting it go to the low back too much. Feel the length in your body as the leg that comes into the center comes in and moves away from you at the same time. Next time your legs go to the left, keep them there. Head is to the right, legs are to the left. Let the right arm reach long and away from you at a diagonal. Flexing the wrist, reaching through the heel of the hand, reaching from the tip of the kneecap to the heel of the right hand. Stretch the right side of your body, breathe to the right side. You're going to bring yourself to the other side. So bringing yourself back to neutral, knees to the right, head to the left. Lift the left hand off, reach to the heel of the left hand, tip of the left kneecap, and take deep breaths to the left side of your body. Take one more breath. And bring yourself back up to neutral. Walk the feet back to neutral. Take your hand, bring the left knee in, and let the left hand go right on top of the kneecap. And then hold on to that leg with your hand. Then bring your right hand up. Inhale. As you exhale, contract your core, lift your right leg up, and let your hand hold on to the right knee. So you're holding on right on top. You're not to the side. Hold on to the top. Then press your fingers into your legs to feel that you're holding the weight of your legs. Inhale here. And as you exhale, draw the knees straight in towards your chest. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Inhale, straight arms. Exhale, knees to chest. One more. Exhale, draw your knees in. From here, spread your knees apart. Take the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Take your legs pretty wide and then hold on underneath your thighs, pushing your wrists into your legs so you feel the bones of your legs. And you push your knees as much as you can towards your armpit area. The legs are wide. Really pull and draw the knees towards the floor. Feel that stretch, maybe the hamstrings, adductors. Lengthen, lift up your head, lengthen the back of your neck. It's called happy baby. So from here, if you are able to reach your fingers, 2 fingers go in between first toe, second toe, thumb goes on the big toe. Keeping your feet wide. You could do this and pull your feet down. Knees are reaching down towards the floor, or keep your hands where they were. Lift up your head, lengthen your neck, happy baby. Relaxing the low back, stretching the legs where the legs attach to your body. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out of that. Bring your feet onto the ground. Take the right leg over the left leg. Take your hands behind your head. Exhale. As you inhale, push your legs away from you And then let them go over to the left. Let your head go to the right. As you exhale, contract your core to come back up to center. Inhale, let your legs go to the left. Head to the right. And then exhale back to center. Last one, inhale. Push your legs away. Let them move over to the left. Head is to the right. And then stay here. Feel that stretch on the right side body. Push the left hand into the floor, supporting the weight of your legs. Then take your left foot and walk your left foot over to the left a little more, using that left knee to push into the right calf, creating more stretch in your body. Let your head be to the right. You could take your right arm out to the side to support the weight of your body a little more, and the left arm to left side if you need, or keep them clasped behind your head. Lengthen your spine, really pull the lower ribs and the pelvis away from each other. Lengthen that right waist. Push the pelvis away with your muscles, pushing to the side. Feel that stretch on your right side. Take one more breath. And then exhale to bring yourself back up to center. Walk your feet back to neutral. Take the legs off. Take the left leg over the right. Hands behind your head. Exhale. As you inhale, pushing left legs away, letting the legs go to the right, letting the head go to the left. Exhale back to center. Inhaling. Legs are to the right, head to the left. One more. When you're here, stay here. Walk your right foot over to the right, using that right knee to pull on the left leg, to push into the lower left calf area, and then lengthening the left side of your body. You could take your arms off to help support the weight of your body in this position. Right buttock is pressing towards the ground, belly button towards the spine. Breathe to your left side. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up to center. Back to center, lift your pelvis up, and then place your pelvis back down. Let's do a little core stability. This is also going to be hip. There's hip flexors. So part of the core muscles are the hip flexors, and these muscles are also attached to the low back. So we want to stabilize your pelvis. So keep your pelvis here, contract your core, push your belly button towards your spine. Feel a lot of tension right at the sacrum. Hands are to the side. Come on to cupcake hands. Walk your feet a little closer to your body. Bring one knee up and then bring the other. So even holding the legs up here is a challenge for stabilizers and core muscles. Let's tap one toe down. Inhale, exhale, back up to center. Inhale, exhale. Maintaining that trunk stability. Low back is not touching the ground. You're having to really fight to try to push the top part of the back of your pelvis towards the ground. So bring your awareness to the top of the back of the pelvis. Press that to the ground. You inhale down, you exhale back up. Farther away from your body you go, the harder it is. For the core, strengthening core, strengthening hips. If you wanted a little bit more, you could try to do both feet at the same time, trying to maintain the upper pelvis towards the floor. So either one or both. One more. And then bring yourself back up. Bring your knees all the way in, rocking side to side. Take your strap, the loop part of the strap, open up the loop, not too wide. You want to bring your feet through it and bring it to the top part of your thigh. When you push your legs apart, you should have about a fist in between your legs. And then take the blanket away from the back of the head. We're going to do bridge posture here. So lift the upper back up, slide the shoulder blades towards each other, lift your head up, lengthen the back of the neck. Hands are down alongside your body. Draw your knees in towards your buttock area. Tilt your pelvis backwards. Inhale. As you exhale, squeeze your tushy, push your feet into the floor, lift your pelvis away from the ground, and then unbend and stretch the hip joint. Then bring that bend up into the spine. Inhale to lower. So the exhale is going to be the work of pushing away from the ground, activating the muscles. Inhale, we lengthen and lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale. And on this next one, you're going to come up and hold for 5 breaths. Really push away from the ground with the muscles, squeezing the buttocks, unbending the hip. Lengthen the front of your body, push out on your strap. 5 breaths. When it's time to come down, with lengthen your spine. As you start to place the spine back down, lift the heels off. Tilt the pelvis back. Try to stretch that low back. And then when you come all the way down, bring the blanket back behind your head. Take the strap off. Bring the strap onto both feet. Take your feet about body distance. Knees could be bent or legs could be straight. And then take the legs back towards the wall behind you. Soles of the feet are up towards the sky. Pushing out on the strap. Feel that stretch along the back of the legs. All the way down where the hip joint is. Where the leg attaches to the body. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Bring your knees into your chest. Rocking side to side. So it's time to let everything find its new home. All the space, lengthening. So joint range of motion, more space in your body. Coming into Shavasana. Whatever variation is appropriate for you, let your body come into a nice relaxed position. Eyes are closed. Any last minute, anything you need to do, do it. Gently begin to deepen your breath. Let your awareness go up and down your body to notice what you notice about the practice today, how you're feeling. Bring movement into your body, and then eventually draw the knees into the chest. Come on to your side. And from here, push yourself up to seated.
Closing the practice with sound, bringing the hands together at the heart. Gentle humming, vibration throughout your body. Letting that move from the base of your spine all the way up, out of you through sound. Exhale to create space. Inhale to the base of your spine. Bring your hands up to your forehead, to your deeper intelligent self, to the conscious brain. And from this place, bowing at the hip joint, not in the spine, but bowing forward at your hip, forward in gratitude. So hopefully you experienced a lot of relaxation and strength, so strong and calm practice. Really important to have that flexibility in the joints, that strength in the joints, and hopefully you feel great. All right. I still feel pretty mellow from the beginning, yet there was a lot happening there. So How are you all feeling? Good, Stevie. Great. Nice and relaxing and calming. Perfect. All right, Pat. Well, let me know what is going to be going on with you in terms of whether or not you're going to come in, but you'll sign up through Torrance to do the virtual. So we will be on Zoom, and I'm looking forward to making that work and seeing what that means. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions. All right. I hope you feel good, and whoever else is here today. Like if you like, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And I hope to see you in something else at some other time. All right. Bye.